Bye. Love you, sweets.
Love you, sweetie.
Hey, it's me, Tom Arnold. Big shout out to the word herd, more like the nerd herd. Hey, from Own Every Word. That's obviously an online show, and they're starting the 2023 season of Own Every Word game show, and it's for the online community. You know, I shouldn't make fun of this stuff. I'm a single dad. My kids are 9 and 7, and sometimes they come up with new words at the homework, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. They must have invented that since I was in school 100 years ago. Anyway, we're going to celebrate the big winners here for last year and welcoming new players. Maybe I'll check this thing out. Sounds like it's going to be fun. Congrats to the big winners. These can't be real people. These are the big winners for last year. Boogie. Oh, Boogie. JJ the Beard. NFT Profile. Okay. Yo-Yo Johnston. Lowercase. And Sow. Oh, my God. And Irish. Congratulations. You had an amazing year last year. Let's build this thing up. I'm going to look it up too. Own Every Word. Oh my God, it sounds hard. It sounds like you have to be very smart to do this. All right, well, keep it up. Keep it up. And if it's easy, then I'll do it. Otherwise, keep it up. Keep killing it, word herd. Anyway, bye now.
Wow. I think we're supposed to be on Matt Harris, though. That's cool.
You see, we go away, and then all of a sudden, Phil
On me,
Ranta
I'm sorry.
is at the head of it. That's okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the new and improved Own Every Word, the game show. The show, of course, where the word herd submits answers to fill in the blank statements, questions, and games. And the Own Every Word team debates which is the best answer. The word herder who submitted the winning word earns an incredible official, unofficial NFT prize with their name on it. Some of the names, of course, you've heard by the illustrious Tom Arnold. I'm your host, Matt Harrison. As always, before we get started, it's time for our Wizard's Pick, which is a word that won the online game show first. Let's check it out.
Merci. Merci. Bonjour. Show me merci.
Perfect. Absolute perfection. I am here with a terrific group of panelists. Now, listen, we'll meet them shortly, but first, let's throw caution to the wind and dive right into round one. So, new and improved, our first game is Word of the Year, where you can combine as many of your words as you want to make a word or a compound word that fits this definition. It's a verb, the act of peeing in your ex-wife's flower bed in such a way not to kill the flowers, but to turn them yellow. Let's see what the word herd came up with. So, we came up with ample big gun tinkle, tomorrow's potential, justified, cloudy keels, high-pitched cold one, outside bent, pale ale, overstating lawn party, big boy advice, and sunshine bedding. So, the act of peeing in your ex-wife's flower bed in such a way as not to kill the flowers, but to turn them yellow. Let's get some first impressions out there. Hello, everybody. Let's start with you, Sam Kimbrell. What jumps out at you here? What do you feel?
Well, as you know, Matt Harris, I'm a big old-timey music kind of guy. So I would immediately think of sunshine, lollipops, and sunshine bedding. That's how that song goes lyrically. That's what sticks out first for me. I think also high-pitched cold one. It feels like, hey, honey, you're going to get a high-pitched cold one. Those are the two that stick out to
It's
me.
very true. That's I'll show her. I'll give her a high pitched cold one. It definitely rolls off in that way. Moving on down the line, Phil Ranta. What about you? What jumps out? Oh, hold on, can't hear you.
You're muted. You're muted.
I'm unmuted.
There we go.
There we go. Something about making a verb out of the word justified because it's this specific act is great, right? Like where it's like, you know what? I just justified all over the place. Oh, you peed on your ex-wife's flower bed to make the flowers turn yellow, but not kill them. Of course. Also, I think that we would be remiss if we didn't mention that ample big gun tinkle does include the verb tinkle in it, and the ample big gun implies that I've got like a big hunk of masculinity taking this revenge. But you know what? I think there's something very special since it turns the flowers yellow about tomorrow's potential. Because it's not killing them. It's just giving potential to these flowers tomorrow to be beautiful sunflowers, even if they're red roses.
You know, I it's hard to argue with any of that logic. If we do pick justified as a verb, then I want to add the verb as Olifanting, just of the
Justified.
show as it goes. Jordan, Pomaville, good to see you again. I see I surprised you. What did you surprise me with some of your first impressions here?
Well, it can't be ample big gun tinkle because that would kill the flowers.
Oh, I see.
And these flowers, a big gun tinkle would absolutely waste the flowers. I frequently pissed away tomorrow's potential.
Ah.
Yeah, call that my 20s. You know, I think justified. That's where I'm leaning to. It's just, I think what I like about it is it's justice. Like you're trying to give something in equal measure. Whereas killing the flowers would be going too far. That is not justice. But turning them yellow with your pee, I think that's justified.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've heard some initial thoughts from the groups. While they write down their selections, let's see what Sam Proof and the Word Herd have to say. Give a little check-in and see if they can sway the panel one way or another.
All right, let's take a look. Crypto Don starting us off. Good to see you again. Says, I'd stop and smell the sunshine betting and then immediately regret it. You mean stop and smell the pee. Got it. Spin to Turtle says, reminds me of the gangster from TikTok and GTA V role-playing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Benny I says, starting fun. And then just uncontrollable laughter happening. Good. All right. Crypto Don back with sounds justifiable. There you go. And then follows that up with, hey, that's my word. All right. Great. Moonraven says, sad not to see Johnny Tinkleseed. And finally, I think, really just summing everything up for everyone, Moonraven's back with, what? And let's see if you can make a what of your own.
Yes, all right. And Moonraven, listen, if it were Johnny Tinkleseed, then maybe that would describe golden, delicious apples, which I don't want to think about anymore. I may have ruined them, but let's check back in and see. Oh, missed you too. Oh, where everybody landed. So, Sam Kimbrell, I'll go back to you. What popped out at you as your decision here?
Well, you know, Matt Harris. Oh, first one of 2023. Boy,
Oof.
I still look gorgeously freakish. Yes. I'm a big lyrics guy, you know, as we all know. I'm a big lyrics guy. So I went to an overstating lawn party and I pissed on my wife's flowers. You remember that song? You know, it had lots of little like secret things about people, like rock musicians from the 1960s. It was Ricky Nelson, and he had two twin sons that were freak weirdo rock star guys in the 80s.
Right on.
Yeah, those guys.
Kind
So
of a
that's
one-hit.
overstating lawn party.
Kind of a one-hit deal. Yeah, right on. Overstating lawn party. I feel that. So, Phil Ranta, what about you?
You know, it was one that I liked when I said it out loud, but I liked it even more when Jordan said it out loud, and I think it really cemented it for me. I'm liking tomorrow's potential.
Yeah.
because you know it's
censored.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it looks like that's.
I've got to unblur it.
What did you draw, Phil?
Oops, not too hot for television.
Yeah, that's
Girls
what it
Gone
is,
Wild,
yes.
Tomorrow's potential. Because I feel like it really is about
the fact that it makes something more beautiful out of something that you were doing for revenge in a way kind of shows hope. And I like that feeling of hope for tomorrow's potential.
I think you captured it well with your drawing, because not only was it tasteful, okay, we can't see the ample gun, all right, but what we do see is the pea coming their way, but I also see someone who is smiling towards the sunshine. All right?
Yes.
And nothing says tomorrow's potential than that. Absolutely see where you're coming from. So Jordan, where did you land with this?
Well, Matt, I thought about the last time I peed in my ex's flower bed to kill the flowers, not to kill them, but to turn them yellow.
Sure.
And that time I had drank a lot of pale ale. The more I looked at pale ale, the more I thought that that's the beer that most resembles urine.
Okay.
And you maybe have a few too many, and you turn some flowers yellow.
So where did you land on this again?
Pale ale?
Ah, gotcha.
Pale
Okay, so pale ale is where we landed on that. So of course we are starting out 2023 with a non-consensus so far. So where can we find some common ground here? Who can be convinced? Who can be convincing? What do you got to say, panelists?
Look, tomorrow's potential brings hope. It's an X, and you're hoping that life goes on. So why would it not be? If it wasn't potential, you'd kill the flower. You keep it alive. I'm sticking to my guns.
All right.
I'll go with that, because tomorrow's potential, was also probably a song by Ricky Nelson.
That's fair.
All right. So
Tomorrow's Potential did a ton of punk covers in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like show tunes and shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm good to switch to Tomorrow's Potential. I like that all along. That word choice just sings to me on a existential level.
I love it. And we're obviously going to end up, shouting out whoever this 80s one hit wonder was. So our winner on our first consensus of the year is Tomorrow's Potential. Act of peeing in your ex-wife's flowers bed. Congratulations to DJ Pickles. First winner of the year.
Nice.
You'll be receiving an official, unofficial, own every word NFT prize. Congratulations. And now that everybody's loose, let's take a quick second to meet our panelists, everybody.
Whoa.
All right. Let's just go around. You know him, you love him. He looks adorable in his glasses and cap. Hello, Sam Kimbrell. How you doing?
How are you, Matt Harris? I look adorable, and I'm ready for a little wordplay with the boys today.
Exactly. We will have soup ready for you later. He's the man with the blurred background. He's the man that we cut to first, because we know who's important around here. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Ranta's here with us.
That's
Hello,
right.
Phil.
I'm important. Don't forget it. I like to think of myself as the next generation of Tom Arnold's. So that's why I'm in the word herd, and he has to discover it. Just like when there's a hologram game show 20 years from now, I'm going to be like, more like the nerd holograms. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I will be the main purchaser of that cameo. Great to have you here. And of course, in ascending order of importance as it pertains to attire, see, because we went from a jacket to a button shirt to now a tie. Hello, Jordan Pomaville. Welcome.
Hey, Happy New Year, Matt. It's
New
great
Year.
to be here. I also want to give a special shout out to, and I assume he's out there in the chat under a username, Tom Arnold. Hey, Tom.
Hey,
how's it going?
Ladies and gentlemen, Moon Raven is Tom Arnold.
Yep. You never knew.
And now you know. So welcome to all of our panelists. Welcome, Tom Arnold, because we know you're out there. Let's get back into the game with round two. Now, round two, again, new and improved. This one's called Question Answer. Now, this is like an unnamed popular game show. All right, we're going to write the question to the following answer to fill in the blank. Here we go. Every dad's first stop after the courthouse. The question, where is blank? Let's see what the word hurt submitted. Every divorced dad's first stop after the courthouse. Where is Vienna Gloria? Where is handguns recharger? Where is internship? Where is whatsoever? Where is jungle gym? Where is coat room? Sloshed gesturing? Biggest dishwater? Barmaid? And where is unloose horde? All of these would be could be quite sad places, or maybe not so sad places to end up. But let's get first impressions. Jordan, what leaps out at you here?
Obviously, the handguns recharger. That seems like maybe where he's headed after the courthouse. Although part of me, I know that this is based on an unnamed game show, but part of me enjoys a dad trying to restart his life, leaving the courthouse going, "Where is internship? Where is internship?" Just like grabbing randos on the, "Where is internship?" Of course, we all know that dad would go and see the barmaid, and that's why it's divorce bad to begin with, or the coat room, because the coat check girl is a great person to make out with. Hey.
You literally described my 20s, right? Literally running up to strangers in the street, going, "Where is internship?" And trying to.
I thought you meant the coat room girl. I thought you meant
I
your
wasn't
20s.
finished.
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
Where is internship? Here's your jacket, Mr. Harris.
Boom. All right. And it wasn't my jacket. But absolutely agree with you. Sam, what about you? What jumps out at you here?
Well, Matt Harris, when will you realize? When will you realize that Vienna waits for you, Gloria? Of course, Billy Joel lyrics from his famous song, Vienna. That's what sticks out to me, is every divorced dad's first stop after the courthouse is a Billy Joel record, which is clearly starts out his greatest hits, most likely has Vienna. And then he's also listening to Gloria by, I think it was Van Morrison at some point did Gloria. So I think, yeah. So he's probably starting with Vienna as a sad thing. And then he's moving to Gloria. He's like, Gloria. Like he's getting into it. So I think it's wherever Vienna and Gloria is playing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Sad Dad playlist. Makes sense. Phil Ranta, what about you?
Every dad upon leaving the courthouse is going to go straight to a jungle gym. Why? Because it's pure joy. You're going to go on the jungle gym, you'll climb around, remember your youth back when you had so much hope, and then you're going to play on the jungle gym and go, I'm going to go start dating children. Moving on, handguns, recharger. You know, the word recharger for handguns make me think it's some sort of Judge Dredd or Star Wars scenario. Absolutely. Where these handguns are shot with lasers that you have to charge with USB. They're like, it's out of lasers. Luke Skywalker's going to kill me unless I get some sort of brick battery to plug this into. I think my favorite, though, is slosh gesturing, because everybody's first step after the courthouse is, I used to be attractive. I slept with 3 girls in college, and they all had enthusiastic consent. So I think that's probably my favorite.
I love it. That just gave me an idea to open a bar next to a family courthouse. So that'll be my next venture. But you've given each of you panelists quite a bit to think about. While you're thinking about it and while you're writing down your final answer, let's go over to Sam, proof in the word heard, and see if they can sway you one way or another.
All right. Soda Reap says, unloose horde, leading to rampant STDs, which is, that's the first stop. Unloose horde, second stop, the urgent care. Crypto Don says, damn, horrible divorce scenarios. As opposed to all those fabulous ones, you know? Spin to Turtle says, I feel like slosh gesturing would be many of us. Listen, Spin to Turtle. Many of us started slosh gesturing. That's why we're in the courthouse. To which Moonraven said, afraid I'd be doing that in the courthouse. There you go. Really? We're on the same wavelength and still sloshed. Cryptodon says, after stopping at the barmaid and making out with Vienna Gloria. Again, another stop at the courthouse after that. And then Fungus says, a trip to Vienna, nice end for a new beginning. Look, I don't think you should be airing Vienna's end on the... Anyway. And then it just really devolves into everyone singing Gloria. So I think for we're not going to hit a DMCA, so I'm not going to do that, and we'll just go back to all of you.
There we go. I know in Excelsi's following this up. But let's see where the panel was influenced, yay or nay. Jordan, where did you land?
You know what? I really liked what Phil brought to the table with slosh gesturing. This is it. After the courthouse, the first stop is, let me tell you something about being in court. It's not like how you think it's going to be. You're in a box, and the bailiff brings you out. You know.
Yeah.
And anyway, so they're gonna talk about court, and they're gonna slosh gesture, and also it would be justified if they did that as well.
Ah, I see. So it all combines, and roads meet at slosh gesturing for you. The song man himself, Sam Kimbrell. Where did you land?
Well, if I'm a dad, which I may be, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. If I were a dad, I would head to the only place a dad who's now on the market would go, and that would be to the biggest dishwasher so I could have sex with it. I could have sex with that dishwasher.
Wow. Note, where are censors now? All right.
You see, that's a dad, and he's having sex with a giant dishwasher.
Right.
You can cut away from me now, Sam.
I
Thank you.
think
Okay.
that somehow when the word heard suggested new beginnings, this was your interpretation of it, and how excited he was with that ample gun tinkle.
I'm just gonna find
Getting
the
a nice
biggest
little
dishwasher.
shine. So
Biggest fucking dishwasher I can find.
Dishwasher.
I'll show you how
Like
worthless
you do.
you are. I'm gonna go finally fuck the dishwasher.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
That dishwasher loved me more than you ever did.
And it's so big.
There you go. Yeah. Who's doing the dishes now? Who's doing the dishes now? I get it. So, with that, Phil Ranta.
I don't need you. I've got the biggest dishwasher at home, and it loves me. Let's have sex whenever I want.
But that's not the one I chose. But after seeing that picture, kind of regret it. But I feel like when having coitus with the biggest dishwasher,
Absolutely.
that's also going to involve a fair amount of slosh gesturing.
Oh.
I think this is my first ever POV drawing where they're puking out a fish skeleton and an apple core while gesturing with the hands.
Blarg.
But also, I feel like it's like, I can have sex with the biggest dishwasher. I can go to a coat room and I'm going to recharge my handgun. And then I'm going to go play on the jungle gym. Remember what it's like to be cool again. And you're going to die alone.
There you go. That right there is an unloose horde of
Where's
of
my Webby
unpainful
award for
portion.
that monologue?
It is in the mail, sir.
Thank you.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I'm still moved. And we actually now have a majority. We have a majority. That is 2 slosh gestures. Wow, that's hard to say without sounding slosh gesturing. That we have.
But the biggest dishwasher,
That was a
I don't
biggie.
know.
You
Yeah.
know what? Here, listen. This is last call before we make the ruling on this. And Kimbrell is rather, I would say, influential. So, does anyone want to change their answer?
You know, I go ahead, Jordan.
I'm gonna change my answer to biggest
I'm going to
dishwasher.
change my answer to biggest
Whoa.
dishwasher. The
Whoa.
drawing made like that's the ultimate revenge on an ex-wife.
Yes,
Just to go have
hopefully.
sex.
Right. That I mean, the word gets out about that. How's she ever going to live it down? What an upset! What a turnaround!
You know,
What an ample gun tinkle that we have here today. Our winner for this round is biggest dishwasher. Congrats, Mr. Batshit.
Mr. Batshit, yes.
hey, Mr. Batches.
So fitting. You'll be receiving an official, unofficial, own every word NFT prize Oh my gosh. And and what you have done, what you have corrupted to the mind of Sam Kimbrell, we will be trying to repair. But now we're on to round
You
three.
say that every show. Okay, sorry.
It's very true. We're on to round three, and round three is called Best Insult, where you can use a word or combine words to come up with the best insult for this person. Your high school boyfriend's wife, Monica, whose social media posts are all about toxins in hair products. Let's see what the word herd came up here for best insult. So, for this high school boyfriend's wife, Monica, whose social media posts are all about toxins in hair products, a glacial foil. Take a swing at Medusa. Drowsy skull. Closed mouth hammered humid pumpkin. Mutton's graduate. Regaled hardware. Irrepressible square. Overstating axe head. Jogging protein wielder. And ulterior posterior. Quite the selection we have here. We're getting pretty creative with these insults. Congratulations, word heard on this. Phil Ranta, I'm going to start with you. What jumps out?
I feel like if all of her social media posts are about toxins in hair products, something about her being called a take a swing Medusa seems to fit. Right? She's a Gorgon who's constantly taking sweet swings at hair-related things. So it fits well. Same for Drowsy Skull, because she's not much of a thinker. You're a real Drowsy Skull. But then there's, of course, the childish side of me that just wants to say they're a jogging protein wielder. Because something about protein wielder makes it just sound like either she's like rotund because she has a lot of protein attached to her, or, other things that have protein in it. She's wielding.
Yeah. I think I'm picking up on what you're putting down.
Meat has protein.
Yes, and a lot of powder. All right. So with that, Jordan, what jumps out at you?
Also really like Drowsy Skull. It feels like it feels like in one of those alternate history shows that would be like a put down for someone who doesn't follow information or something. Like, don't be a Drowsy Skull. Also, overstating axe head, because I feel like the claim she's making about these toxins, like, not really based on much, overstating it. Ulterior posterior, it's just silly. It's like, I don't know, Sir Mix-a-Lot meets Dr. Seuss. Big fan.
That was, a lot of people don't know, that was the B-side to Baby Got Back. Was ulterior posterior. Didn't take off very well. DJs just couldn't get a club hopping with it. But lyrically, you can't slice it any other way. Speaking of lyrically, speaking of the man who goes to lyrics himself, Sam Kimbrell, what jumps out at you?
You guys may not notice this, but this is verbatim the exact monologue from the ending of Christmas Vacation when he's blowing up at the very end. He goes, "You glacial foil, take a swing Medusa, drowsy skull, closed mouth hammered, mutton's graduate, regaled hardware, irresponsible square, overstating accent, jogging protein wielder, ulterior posterior."
Absolutely.
Said that was what he said. So
Classic.
like, all of these are acceptable answers because everyone here is a big Chevy head.
Yes. Big, we hang out in Glendale on Chevy Chase Boulevard all the time. The time. All right. Well, a lot of influences there. Sam decides to throw the whole kitchen sink at us. So here's what you're going to do. You're all going to write something down. And while you're doing that, we're going to go to the illustrious Sam Proof and the Word Herd and see what they're brewing up over there. Can they sway us one way or another?
It looks like they have been shocked into silence after the imagery that Kimbrell has presented them. Soda Reap starts us with ulterior posterior. Sounds like an insult from the 80s. From the 1800s, I should learn how math works and numbers and stuff. Yeah, right after Sausage Wallet, it's ulterior posterior. And then Moonraven, I think this is a callback from earlier to the Tom Arnold thing. Residuals are in the mail. Oh, glad we can get you paid. Fungus says, yeah, we got nothing. They're already sloshed, every one of them. And Reno, welcome back, Reno, says, nothing like a pumpkin on a humid day with a closed mouth hammered. Sweet. And then just Soda Reap wrapping it up with laughing out loud. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I'll just spend the rest of this time writing my parody of ulterior posterior. All right.
What that lets me know is we have such a kind-hearted word herd that they're not out to insult anybody, but our panelists, they can. So let's check in with them. Phil Ranta, where did you land on this?
Jordan sold me. It does feel like it should already be an insult. I'm gonna go with Drowsy Skull. Skull's all asleep, drooling out of his mouth. He's like, hair products, the toxins are killed me. These damn toxins killed me, and I'm bald now.
I can feel that. Yeah, sounds like something that the character Red would have said to one of them on that '70s show.
That
Get
Drowsy
out of here,
Skull.
Drowsy Skull.
Red, don't insult the Red.
Is Topher here? That was awesome. All right, Jordan, on to you.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the same thing. Drowsy Skull. Those are Z's. Also, no skull. Can't draw that. Drowsy Skull also sounds like it'd be something that your teacher at like boarding school would call you when you fall asleep in, AP English or something.
Yeah.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Pomaville, no more drowsy sculling.
That sounds like. Oh, love it. Sam Kimbrell.
I'm shocked, Matt Harris. I thought the panel was a group of ass men. I chose ulterior posterior,
And
you wanted more drawings on
the
the
fruit
show,
basket.
Phil. So
All
there's
right.
a guy showing his ass and asshole on the
Yes.
back side of his guts, and his wiener is showing. And
You know-
that's well, I thought we were all ass men, is what I thought.
I believe that old internet speak would call that him giving us a fruit basket. That was. And
Hey,
Very
listen,
astute, Moonraven.
like you, Tom Arnold, with your perfect asshole.
well, listen, my anaconda don't want none of that. But what we will
Okay,
do.
I mean, Sam can't win everyone
You
with
can't
pictures.
do that. You can't get
No,
away
we
with
can't.
destroying
So,
the.
No,
That
as
has
of
nothing
now-
to do with
No.
toxins and hair products.
As of
No,
now,
we
we
can't take
have
out
a
dishwasher.
solid majority. We can call it right here. Are you sticking to your answers?
Yeah, we're
We
Drowsy
are.
Skull, and Sam can't get away with that with a
Enough
funny
of the
drawing.
nonsense, Sam.
That's nonsense.
Knock off the nonsense.
All right,
Get
I
outta
pound
here.
the gavel.
You think this
You know
is a
what?
comedy
You know what?
game
You know
show?
what, Matt Harris? I thought these guys were ass men, but you know what they are? They're a couple of drowsy skulls.
You take that back.
Right. They're a couple of drowsy skulls.
You take
All
that
right.
back.
Now, not to be the overstating axe head, but we are going to call this one in the name of Drowsy Skull. Drowsy Skull has won the insult round here. We're going to get that winner's name up here just any second, but this was a well fought round, and congratulations out there are due to DJ Pickles again.
Oh.
Woo! 1, 2. And congratulations to you. Official, unofficial, own every word NFT prizes coming your way. And now we are on to round 4. This is a round 4 classic, the 2 for round where you need 2 cars to submit. Let's take a look at what the crew came up with for round 4. Being single on Valentine's Day is hard, so I bought myself a blank and planned to blank it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what the word herd came up with.
Dishwasher. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we know what you're going to do with it, Sam Kimbrell. Being single on Valentine's Day is hard, so I bought myself a present and plan to consummately devote it. Bought myself a strapless stump and plan to pump it.
Yeah.
Bought myself a
No,
beach
that's
cruiser and plan to brep it. Bought myself a laser and plan to dust it. Bought myself a blunt and plan to lunch it. A corn on the cob and plan to conquer it.
Mm-hmm.
A big boy and plan to starve it. A wildcat and plan to airline it. A Cinderella and plan to handsy it. A caribou and plan to pigs in a blanket it. Whew. All right. The imagery in my mind is going to give me terrible dreams tonight. Sam Kimbrell, let's start with you. What jumps out?
I would think that if I'm by myself, I'm going to buy a laser and turn everything to dust. I'm lonely and I'm going to take it out on the world. So clearly it's laser and dust.
Dust it. All right. Just straight to the point. I love it. Phil, what jumps out at you?
So I just looked it up because Beach Cruiser and Brep felt weird. It was rep, R-E-P. I bought myself a Beach Cruiser and plan to rep it.
Okay.
Which I think is a great response because you're repping your Beach Cruiser.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about repping things, it makes me think of course, early 2000s hip hop. A very fun generation of hip hop where you'd say your things like, I'm going to get myself a Cinderella and then plan to handsy it, you know? That's very kind of like, it feels like something straight out of Hey Ya, you know? It's all you Beyoncés and Lucy Lou's and Cinderellas get on the floor. I'm gonna handsy it. But really, where my heart lies is because I think that's what I would do when I'm single on Valentine's Day. Again, I can get myself some corn on the cob. I'm gonna conquer that shit.
Oh yeah,
that shit is gonna be. I'm gonna eat every last kernel. I'm gonna cover it in butter. I'm just gonna conquer that shit.
Absolutely. Conquer that shit. There's so many ways that one can conquer a corn on the cob.
Mm-hmm.
Let your minds run with that, people. Jordan, Pomaville, what jumps out at you?
Well, obviously the strapless stump that you plan to pump.
Obviously,
it feels the most word herdy. Also, I agree with Phil with brep. Brep is not a word. I was as the editor-in-chief, as you can see, I was like, brep ain't no word I ever heard of. And now I thought Sam's going to have to change his answer because he loves that the fitness enthusiasts of the word heard. You rep your Beach Cruiser. I'm really narrowing down on Cinderella to get handsy with because, as Phil said, early 2000s hip hop, but also having a blunt for lunch. That's a great way to spend Valentine's Day. You know, you bought yourself a blunt and you're just going to lunch it.
yeah. Right. That is eating weed is very popular now. So with that,
wait, no. You're smoking it for lunch.
Oh,
like,
I guess
that's what I'm thinking.
So it's almost like it's turning more into a verb. I'm gonna blunt it. I'm gonna blunt and then
I'm gonna lunch it. Let's go lunch. Let's go lunch.
But then you'll be even hungrier.
Yeah.
But then, so after lunch, you go back to work, and then you just go to the back of the snack room at the office, and you just sort of like make a lunch that way.
So,
but if you're a big boy, they might starve you.
Well, what happened is
it'll take weeks to starve a big boy. You're not going to be able to do that in a day.
Very true. Very true. Especially if we're talking about the early 2000 hip hop and Outkast. But what I just heard from that was that Jordan admits that he gets high and then goes back to work. And good on you, sir. Good on you, sir. All right. You live your best life. And write down your final answers. And while they're writing that down and coming up with drawings that will be sure to haunt us deep into our future and future therapy sessions, let's check back in with Sam Proof and the Word Heard and see what they're saying.
All right. I don't know. You guys all, I think, did all the weed already. That clearly says rep. I don't. That's perfectly fine. I don't know what your problem is. Soda Reap says the last one is bestiality, right? I mean, everything's bestiality if you try hard enough, right? Spin a Turtle says, I think that's a lyric from Ludacris's Freaky Things. I don't know which pairing we were on at that point, but I mean, really everything's a lyric from Ludacris's Freaky Things if you try hard enough. Moonraven says, back to Soda Reap, is animal snuggling crossing the bestiality line? We all know the answer to that. So, Fungus says, blunt. I assume this is a song that I just don't know because I am not cool anymore.
In the morning, blunt
Thank
in
you.
the
Evening, blunt at supper time.
Yeah, okay.
You,
Right.
blunt you can have blunts anytime.
Yeah.
Cool. So nobody knows this, is what I'm hearing? All right.
It's the blunt bagel song.
Spin Turtle says, steak and bake. Clearly, we've already done it. Reno, wrapping it up with the only right answer is to buy myself a corn on the cob and conquer the heck out of it, which, by the way, was probably the most innocent of the pairings when I first read them, and now feels very gross.
Oh, boy.
So thank you for that. All right, back to your handsies.
Absolutely. Now, listen. I'm going to clear something up because I don't know what kind of program you think we're running here, but we are not promoting any beastie. When I hear caribou and pigs in a blanket, it makes me think that somebody's going to cut down a caribou, and make pigs in a blanket out of them.
We're talking about murder, not sex.
All right, we're talking
Which is
about
acceptable by the censors.
Absolutely. Now, conquering a corn on the cob, that's up to y'all. But I'm going to start with a person that I am eager to see what they're going to come up with. Sam Kimbrell, where have you landed?
I was swayed, Matt. I was swayed with the most innocent answer of them all, surprisingly, and that's conquering corn on the cob.
There you go.
It's so innocent. Conquer corn on the cob on Valentine's
Now, I'm going to
Day.
need a little bit of clarification. At the peak of the corn of the cob, is that the person's tongue getting to the corn? What's happening there?
That's the corn's hair getting in the back of your throat.
So he didn't even shuck it. That's not how you conquer. You don't even shuck the corn.
It's an unshucked corn just giving you a full load of corn.
Wow. That's the only way to take it. It's just head on. Because it's unshucked, so to reap.
That's what they all say, my man.
All right. Again, we are promoting vegetarianism here on the show. That is all we're doing. Oh man. All right.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
Conquering the corn on the cob. Phil Ranta. Where did you land?
I never thought I'd say this, but I want to hear more about the corn on the cob. But no, I mean, I think Jordan swayed me as well as some of the people in the word herd. And I thought that would be a little good.
Do a little blunt lunch.
Okay.
So chucking that blunt right. This one though, he's actually eating the blunt because he doesn't want to be hungrier. He just wants to eat the blunt for lunch.
That's
and it's lit.
That's what it looked like. Now he looks like he's trying to catch it on his tongue, even like he's fully
popping
extended.
it like it's a gummy bear, like
Absolutely.
throwing it in and blunt lunch. It's like edamame, really. But you don't have to pop open the thing. You just kind of pop the whole pea pod.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't shuck it. If we're learning anything, unshucked is the way that we roll here on Every Word. So Jordan, were you swayed? Did you stay where did you land?
I mean, I just went back to basics and I just wanted a strapless stump to pump. And I'm bad at it, but I was wondering if anyone could draw a pic of that. But it's got to be. I mean, strapless stump to pump. Let's not overthink this, guys. It's a 2 for round. We got a stump to pump. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Yes. Pump the stump and done. Well, we are at an inconsensus. We are not at a consensus. And so now we have to see where we can land so that we can find ourselves a worthy winner here. Now, you all
I can't decide, Matt. I'm sorry. I can't decide until I see a picture of a strapless stump to pump. Okay, that's going to help. I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. That's
the wishing tree who's trying to pump the stump to make the tree grow back again because he feels a little guilty about making the wishing tree.
I like that. And we got a sequel to that story too. So yeah. Moonraven pointing out that it's sad when the strapless stump is the tasteful choice. I would beg to differ and say that is a occasion to celebrate. and so we have visuals for all three now. We got to come to a consensus.
Thank you, Matt.
Who can find and thank you, Phil, for jumping on that. Who can find cause to argue their case?
Well, I actually was swayed, and I realized that my drawing is more appropriate for blunt lunch. Now, you see how he's smoking the blunt and he's ingesting the smoke?
It's backwards.
It's a backwards blunt.
Because that's how lonely you are.
No, Denny, don't put that end in your mouth.
It's better. Smoke backwards, dog. Try it.
Denny, no! You're going to burn your throat again.
Everyone at home, try it. It's wild.
Let's put it in this way, George.
So we're talking about.
You want to pet the rabbits and put the blunt in the lit way.
Blunt lunch, man.
Absolutely.
Suck it backwards.
With
Do
a
it.
blunt as big as the head.
You can have beans and ketchup, or you can have a blunt lunch.
I'm a blunt lunch, my man.
Blunt Lunch. This is going to be Ludacris's next album's name, Blunt Lunch.
It's
You heard it here
Blunt
first, folks. And I have a winner. All right, we're going to call it. All right, gavel is banged. The winner is declared. The twofer, bought myself a blunt and plan to lunch it. So we got congratulations on order to RM Panda 2023. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? You will be receiving an unofficial NFT prize coming up, and we are on to the last round. Let's wrap it up with our golden special edition round. So this one is for, of course, the gold and special edition cards only. Let's take a look at what our team came up with for round 5. And it is here. Cupid has gotten a lot more violent. Instead of shooting you with heart arrows, he'll blank you instead. I feel like this is a setup. All right. I feel like people are being framed at this point, but let's see what the word herd came up with. All right. Cupid's gotten a lot more violent. Instead of shooting you with heart arrows, he'll bash you instead. He'll BB gun you instead. He'll repeat punch you instead. He'll stretch you instead. He'll knee you instead. He'll coffin you instead. He'll pork you instead. He'll good night you instead. He'll limit you instead. And he'll boogie you instead. Wow. All right. We have quite the selection here to select from. So let's get first impressions. Jordan Pomaville, what jumps out at you first?
I want to know, is the goal still the same where when he shoots the arrow, he's making you fall in love? When he's doing this new action, is that still his end game goal?
I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Cupid has one job, is to make people fall in love, and now he's changing his game.
He's getting more violent. I think this has to be repeat punch or knee then, or bash. It has to be something really bad. Repeat punch, that's when you keep punching after they're already on the ground, like UFC style.
Absolutely.
So that feels like a good way to make people fall in love. Yeah. And you need people in the nards or the stomach. That's very painful. And bash can mean a lot of things. The only, I would say, dark horse for me is good night, because that feels like, Cupid's gonna give him the old good night.
Yeah. Teddy Pendergrass wrote a song about that. Love TKO. Listen, look it up. Phil Ranta, what about you?
I think there's only one answer that can really go here, and that's pork you instead. Cupid's that's the way that he makes you feel love and feelings, No, I feel like the ultimate form of abuse, though, is emotional abuse, and therefore limiting you instead. I feel like that's like, you sure you want to eat that last pork chop? You sure? You sure? And you're like, I should just settle down. I give up, right? There's something, but on the other hand, I agree. I think that repeat punch is also, if you're going to fall in love, sometimes you just got to be like why don't you ask her out on a date? Finally, you pussy. Like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that actually should be a new Valentine's Day card. With that, Sam Kimbrell, what jumps out at you?
Well, we know that Cupid is old, Matt. Cupid's a very old baby god Greek thing. So when he goes out and he goes dancing. So he's gonna boogie. He's gonna boogie you instead. He's gonna show you his moves. He's gonna whoop your ass out on the dance floor. I don't want to choose pork, because we said violent in the first sentence. So I'm slightly worried we're encouraging sexual assault from Cupid. Is not right. That's not right. Absolutely. But we also know that Cupid is not a big fan of the Jewish people. And so he would violently put pork on their plates.
Is this canon? Do we know this about Cupid? Cupid
is anti-Semitic. It's in Wikipedia.
Wow.
Well, is it the blonde curly locks? Is that
heard it here first? You heard it here
Yeah,
first,
with
folks.
the tiny little Cupid penis.
It's facts.
Wow. All right. Well, we're learning a lot about this.
In round 7 or whatever we're in. Round 5.
We're learning a lot about this. And And here's the thing about this. All of this is going to go into your brains. You're going to write it down. And we have to go to Sam Proof because the word herd is going absolutely bananas with all of these revelations. Let's check in with them.
All right, starting us off, Fungus says flying knee Cupid. Yeah, he comes in with like, somebody needs love. Pa-pow, ka-chka. Soda Reap says, what kind of stretching? Yeah, I don't feel good about that question at all whatsoever. Next, Moonraven says all of these would make for a good I'm sorry, I said Moonraven. This is Tom Arnold says all of these would make for a good Liam Neeson film. My film company will buy the rights of this nerd herd. Fair. Reno ECAP, a good stretch is good during these lonely times. So is a bad stretch apparently. Mr. Dude on board for a repeat punch. And Soda Reap says, limit. You'll never reach your full potential. It's terrifying. Now, get some love, or just a little bit. Maybe just a like. Maybe just ask someone to go out, but then she thinks you mean outside, and she's like, nah, it's cold. All right. Looks like people are still very busy over there, so I'm going to stall. No, we're going back to them. Make them happen. Make it happen, folks.
This is it. Now we are down. This is the gold special edition round. This is how we're going to bring it home for our start of 2023. Jordan Pomaville, I see that it's right there. You're ready with your answer. What is it?
I'm ready. I think he'll. Oh wait, sorry.
Oh, no.
Hang on.
Oh,
BB gun.
Next show.
Yeah, sorry. He'll BB gun because I feel like that was more violent, but like still in the genre of the arrow. So I thought getting shot with a BB gun hurts, not going to kill you, like the arrow. Still a little violent.
I got you. All right. Oh man. All right. We're getting a lot of imagery here today. Phil Ranta.
Are we just going to breeze by the whole two-state solution?
Shouldn't we?
Are we going to pretend that just wasn't shown on the air? All right, anti-Semitic Cupid, clearly, even if he's anti-Semitic, Jewish people fall in love too, as do Gentiles and as do everyone else. And the way that he does it, he's just repeat punching. And as you see, he's got a Miss Marvel giant fist because he also has Greek god powers where he can make his fists grow to really punch you hard. He's a little squirrel god. With a big old paw on the back and a big old paw on the front.
There you go.
Yeah, fall in love, you pussy. Ask her on a date. Meet cute.
Why do you think they call the squirrel Rocky? All right. All the repeat punching. All right. I do love how so far, I mean, we've seen things happening with vegetables going in the mouth. We've seen I'll call it the love of a dishwasher. Two-state solution is where everybody's losing their mind right now. That's where it's like.
I got it mixed up with other papers.
Moonraven, Tom Arnold gives it to you for the Silent Kill Comedy Prize tonight, Jordan. So we have winners already. Sam Kimbrell, where are you with this?
Well, these disgusting drowsy skulls with their lowbrow comedy. Clearly, Cupid is on steroids now because he's become violent, so he's gonna bash your ass. He's fucking yoked, and he's gonna whip your ass, and then look at those muscles.
Absolutely, no, yeah, that is somebody that I would not trust around my
Does
dishwasher.
Does he have a centipede for an arm?
No, that's definition.
Yoked.
It looks like many thoraxes.
That's the definition, Phil. He's so. Those are all the muscles
like
in the
8
arm.
biceps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's not how muscles work. You know,
What's for fucking Cupid, you drowsy skull?
He did go a little Metroid right there. It is a little,
yeah,
just a little Contra
Metroid.
last level. Yeah.
Vector Man, Cupid. Vector Man. Right. Everybody remembers Vector Man?
Yeah, it's Vector Man.
Vector Man.
Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
As we do. So once again, and finally, we have not come to a consensus. So what can we do to pick a winner here? Now, I think we're all in the same ballpark. I think we're all kind of saying the same thing. So it's just a matter of what one thing are we going to agree that we're saying? Who could argue this?
Look, I will change mine, but only if Jordan's going to stick to two-state solution.
My goodness.
Because then we could solve a larger problem.
I got it mixed up with my
First
other
last
papers.
show of the
That's
year,
actually,
everybody.
it's actually not even about that. Anyway, I'm good to do Bash. Yeah, I think Bash and repeat punch work.
Yeah, I think Bash, I think you sold me on the centipede arm so hard that, like, I'm going to have nightmares about that tonight, and then I'm going to play Vector Man.
Your cheek looks hot. Let me fuck her. Ah! Beat your ass.
Boom.
Have
Beat
fun
your
with
ass.
your dishwasher, loser.
Here's your dishwasher at. I want to fuck.
I like this character. I want to see more. The new anti-hero Bash coming to you. It'll be right after
You want to
Bosch.
be lonely for the rest of your life, or you want to fuck?
Fuck, dude. He fucks anything, including dishwasher.
So Bash is our winner. Congratulations to Curiously. Or should I say it curiously, congratulations. You will be receiving an unofficial NFT prize. And oh my goodness, that's our show, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you so much for watching Own Every Word, the game show. Before we go, let's tell people where you can find them. Sam, where can the people find you?
They can find me on the internet. They can Google search me, but they can also send me a letter in the mail, and we can correspond via mail.
Can you please include your home address so that we know where to send
Yeah,
that?
can we flash Sam's home address?
I will give my social security number and credit card information if anybody wants.
Smart to do to a bunch of Web3 enthusiasts.
Phil Ranta, where can the folks find you?
You know, you can find me at Own Every Word on all socials, but also make sure to go in the Discord to the society pages. There's a submission portal and there's a voting portal, and you can play the web-based game, which we're working really hard on to constantly do improvements. And also, pretty soon, we're going to have more drop information. Hopefully, it's going to be a hell of a 2023, y'all. And if there's any other celebrities you want to see introduce the game show, let us know, because Tom Arnold was begging us to be part of the show, so we let him in. But maybe we'll let another celebrity in the future.
Absolutely. Jordan, where can the people find you?
You can't. I dare you. I'm one of the. I got LifeLock, so I'll also say my social security number.
All right. Challenge
no,
accepted.
let's all, guys, it's time for a blunt lunch.
Here we go.
Let's get out of
It is
here.
time for a
Come
blunt
on.
lunch. I'll tell you what, thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming back. We are back. It's so much fun to be here. I'm Matt Harris. Make sure you follow us on crypto.com/NFT to follow all of our drops. And if you want to play along next time, go to owneveryword.com. And to make sure that you never miss an episode, subscribe to our Twitch at twitch.tv/owneveryword. Get your dishwashers, get your blunts. Good night.
Night.